If I was allowed to dream big, I hope that everyone copies us.
The potential of really doing change is bigger in these development countries like Mozambique.
Being here, it's like you don't really understand it. It's absurd in a way. And you hear the stories that they are going out during the night and they have to walk for kilometers in order to give birth. And they might not even reach the hospital before they have to go in labor. It's, yeah, I mean, we can't understand it, right?
Vi är i Linga Linga. Vi tillhör distriktet Mozambique i Inhambane-provins i Mozambique. Så det är Linga Linga är en liten by, men det finns ganska många grannbyar. För att de ska ta sig till sjukhuset så har ni åkt vägen. Och det finns ingen lokal transport liksom. Det finns de här pickupsen man kör in 40-50 pers. För att sen kunna bara åka och göra ett malariatest eller föda eller vad det nu är.
I was part of coming up with the idea. We discussed a lot internally how we could do more to contribute to the sustainable development around the world. This has been a partnership with Longi and Senergia, but we also have a local partner on site down here, and they're called Project Vita. Their CEO, who's Michel, he's actually half Swedish, so culture-wise very easy to work with and also communication-wise. And without him it would be impossible.
Så då har vi byggt en vårdcentral då, i Linga Linga. Så då är de andra grannbyarna, de går ju då dit för att få vård. Something what's very important when you work in Mozambique in Africa is that you understand the culture. And to understand the culture you need to work locally. And like I said before, I was born in Mozambique, I grew up in Mozambique and Sweden, so I understand Swedish or European culture and also Mozambican culture. We still have chieftains in every village. So a chief is like a king of the village. So how we work is that we start talking with him and asking him, what is your needs? What is the needs of the village?
We have the chieftain in Linga Linga who have also given the blessing for the project, but you also need a blessing from the mayor. So now we will meet him and shake some hands and also maybe discuss the future a little bit. Nu behöver vi byta om då för att vi ska träffa borgmästaren. Då ska man vara finklädd.
The culture here is that we need to come here first to say hi, and after we said that, then we can continue with our work. We're waiting for the mayor. We just got a call from his secretary that wait a little bit longer.
So unfortunately, the mayor couldn't make it today. He has a very busy schedule, which is sad.
He's coming now.
He's coming now? Okay. Last minute. That's good stuff.
Hård i tonen. Och så när man håller på att round up the meeting.
It's like he haven't left the meeting that he was in. So now we're thinking of actually to leave anyway, because now it's getting dark for real. What do you say, Michel? Should we?
I'm going to tell him to give 5 minutes.
We will give him 5 minutes.
Sitta lite rakare.
Desculpa.
Desculpe, não, podemos agradecer essa paciência.
How are you? Hi, how are you? I'm fine. Hi, thank you.
How are you? Come Murrondene.
Han ber om ursäkt att han kom så sent.
E nós levamos muito tempo para...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ciao, ciao. Okay, ciao, ciao.
Obrigado, ciao ciao. So we got the meeting eventually. It took a few hours extra. Very short, very formal, but just nice to hear that they support Project Vita mainly, and also, I mean, he's a key player to allow companies from foreign countries to come and help. So it's very important that we have a collaboration that works both on a governmental level, but also with the volunteers as Michelle and Project Vita. So interesting meeting. I'm happy.
The maternity clinic came to life was because they needed a maternity clinic. So then we started to build a maternity clinic. But then we had a different problem, was that we didn't have energy for it and we didn't have water.
In Africa, there is 130 times higher risk for women dying in child labor compared to, for example, Europe and North America. And one of the risk factors is the lack of access to clean water. We are installing solar panels together with a solar water pump to be able to give the clinic clean water.
Varenda år så kommer vi göra ett så här initiativ, vi kallar det Senergia Sustainable Initiative. Och vi kan göra minst ett om året, förhoppningsvis fler. Vi kan visa människor att man kan göra en skillnad själv. Man behöver inte klaga på att FN inte gör någonting eller skriva brev till någon regering, utan alla, företag och privatpersoner, kan själva bidra lite.
To find a local player that you can trust is very, very important. Also find a local player that shares this understanding that it doesn't need to be big, grandiose things, but small, really targeted projects. So by finding your local players in each and every country and region, you can also make sure that you do something good.
Dag ett på projektet. Nu ska vi möta upp pumpkillen som kommer med DC-DC solcellspump. Kanske solcellen också, jag är lite osäker. Så det fina här då är att detta är liksom hälsokliniken för de här 1200 personerna. Så det är hit de kommer när de ska ta malariatest, vaccination, men även föda barn. Och det är det som har varit fokuset på detta projektet då, att hjälpa till med rent vatten till just det här. Så det är ganska fett. Exakt, så jag tror, vi får se när vi öppnar lådan, men jag tror det kommer vara en så kallad dränkpump så att den är under vatten. Och sen har vi då byggt det här vattentornet, så det kommer fungera som ett batteri egentligen, så att med hjälp av solen så kommer vi få ström som driver pumpen och via slangen vatten upp till vattentornet. Och sen från vattentornet kan du distribuera det hur du vill till hälsokliniken, till toaletterna, till köken som finns. Så det är perfekt. Solar! Boom! Solarbomba!
Ska fästa slangen där vattnet ska pumpas upp.
Ja, så det är lite kortare spad än jag är van vid, men det går bra. My name is Tim. I'm one of the 3 founders of Senergia. I am the CTO of the company. So in this project it has been very natural for me to take a technical role and assist with the technical design of the project. So this has been a collaboration between us as Senergia. We have Longi, our manufacturer and partner for the solar panels, but we have also teamed up with multiple different companies locally here in Mozambique. So we have electricians and we have plumbers, and that was quite fantastic, even if of course always when you're in a new country the language barrier can be quite large sometimes.
English?
No, Portuguese.
No.
Slangen, PM-slangen som ska gå från pumpen till kliniken för att förse med vatten.
Our long-term good partnership with Longi has given us the opportunity to do a project like this, where we see Longi panels that we know is going to be there for up to 30 years, powering the water tower, where we see fresh clean water being readily available for this clinic, really directly making a difference in people's lives.
Eller malaria, vad det nu är, så går vi hit. Så är det Vanessa som tar hand om hela byn, så det är Vanessa que está cuidando toda Linga Linga. They're here to take care of the community, not running and getting water all the time. So we need to help them and make their work a bit easier so they can focus on what's really important, and that's the patients. Linga Linga is a small fishing village on the peninsula. It's around 1,200 people living here. What they live on is mostly coconuts and fish, and then a little bit of own farming, a lot of cassava leaves. And they also do a lot of makut. It's called makut. It's palm leaves that they make that then a lot of people use in the building of the roofs. Yeah, it's a very peaceful place, very warm and kind community.
Tem esse sabão aqui?
É este sabão aqui.
Tem.
Não tem esse sabão em casa.
So she's saying that I haven't been taking care of my wound. And having a rural clinic close by, people can come and get basic needs or basic help. Que matar.
Este mês foi quantas?
This month it's 17 births already. So it's usually around one birth every 3 days.
Essa feira daqui.
Yeah, you put up panels and build a water tower. For some that's maybe not the biggest thing, but for this community and the people working here, it's going to be life-changing. I've tried to carry water from the well to the clinic the first years when we're doing some projects. It's tough having 20 liters of water on your head.
Together, let us continue to strive for a world where access to clean water is not a luxury, but a fundamental right.
Ja, nå skal vi hente noen paneler fra Longi. Og så skal vi frakte dem til den klinikken. Så vi får satt de panelene og energi til vannpumpen. Det blir bra. Only here in Africa you have several hundred millions without access to electricity. And most of them are living in the rural areas. So there are so much need and great opportunity to actually help people out of poverty or to increase their way of living. En rundt under der, og så over sånn, og så over her og ned. Ikke sant?
We just went to get the panels. So now we're transporting the panels to the clinic. And we need to watch out for this cashew tree. It's coming now in front, otherwise we will not have any panels left. Julian, os painéis estão bons.
This is Longi's highest performance panels. It's a Longi HiMo X6. And what is so fantastic about this panel is that it has 430 watt peak, which means that it's extremely good to produce and convert the solar energy rays to electricity that we will utilize for the pump. Nu har ju solpanelerna kommit och här uppe har man ett lite hemmasnickrat montagesystem som vi ska skruva fast panelerna i. Så från panelerna så kommer ju en plus- och en minuskabel gå ner längs väggen här. Så kommer vi sätta den här själva styrenheten för pumpen. Och sen ska vi också dra lite kablar då till den och också från de här sensorerna då som sitter en uppe i tanken och en nere i pumphålet så att man kan styra när man ska pumpa och när man ska avvakta. Så att det är nästa steg nu.
Funciona, só que depois queima o painel. Fica escuro. Quando fica escuro, já.
Den här är ju lite för hög. Alltså panelramen är ju bara hälften.
We have a problem with the mounting system. So now we have this frame, but it's a bit too wide. So you see that it casts a shadow alongside the entire panel, on both of them actually. But we will fix this. So the idea is to basically get some kind of saw and remove the upper frame. And then we use bolts in the panel to fixate them. So we will solve it, it's no problem. But there's a risk of fire hazard if we don't do this, so it's important that we fix it. Vänta! Okej, promenera med ena. Har du den?
Alltså, om vi bara kör den här baklänges nu så kommer det se ut som att vi monterar upp dem. Ja.
Send down the pump, the water pump. So they're basically trying to find where the right place is for the pump. So the idea is it should not be in the bottom because then it can get sand into it, and we don't want it too high up either because then it can get dry too fast.
Händer det något?
Alltså knappt. Det blir alltså ett hål obviously. Men...
Eller blir det bara varmt?
Ska jag trycka med honom eller vågar det?
Kapikado. Antu. Ja.
Solen är på väg ner och elen är precis inkopplad. Så nu är det egentligen bara de två sensorerna kvar.
We can't do it ourselves. We need to wait for a foreign NGO or a non-profit to come in. When non-profits organizations are not needed anymore, then that's when we have a true success. When people themselves can improve the living standards.
No meu ponto de vista, posso dizer que é muito bom, porque a primeira coisa que se usa não é coisa que passa.
He's saying that.
A primeira coisa é a água.
He's saying it's very good because the first thing they use is always water. That's the first thing you need and use.
Sim, Rita foi uma. Foi aqui, sim, foi. São muitas pessoas.
Also, his daughter
São muitas pessoas.
gave birth at the hospital, and his daughter was one of the first to give birth at the hospital. for the clinic. Yeah. But they never had running water. So now we will see who will be the first giving birth with running water.
Känns lite som äntligen hemma det här. Så att vi har power.
It is supposed to be working, but it's something happening in the system, so it shuts down. So we need to take it up again and do it one more time.
Han visade mig precis ett ganska stort system med både liksom batterier och solpaneler.
The local people that has done most of this work, I mean, let's not pretend anything else. It's fascinating to see how fast they find new ideas to solve these problems we have. No matter if it's a problem with the water tower or the mounting system.
So we are ready for the celebrations tomorrow.
The first baby is born here since the water was installed.
Gajo feio.